Hello, my name is Elizabeth Hill. I'm at the Coffeehouse in Normal, Illinois. This painting was done by my oldest sister, Ruth Hill, who's now married, and her real name is Ruth Schreiber. But she did this when she went to ISU in the 70s or early 80s. I'm not exactly sure. But she was a painting major at ISU. And this is her fruit and vegetable painting.
I would need your help. It's called Free Fall.
This painting, our drawing was done by my dad in the early 1950s. It's made out of crayons, and he is very proud of it because he won an award for Best of at the McLean County Arts Center. His name's Robert Hill. This is a print I did at Northern Illinois University. It's an intaglio print where you use copper plates to print on paper and roll ink on them. And this one is called spun sugar, based off the technical term of cotton candy. And I did this in the early 2000s. This is an acrylic, mixed media, mostly acrylic painting, done just based on patterns and color. And I did this a few years ago, and it's called Fireworks.
House at home.
Matt, what's going on? This print is called chinkole. It's a term used in intaglio printing, where you glue a print or a paper to another paper. And actually, this was a relief chinkole. It was a relief print glued to a paper with watercolor washed over it, and it's called Seahorse Chain. This print is called Bean Chase. It's done mixed media. It's got an intaglio printing and then acrylic paints. It's a giant vase that leads to the one bean, based off the old cartoons where everyone's so poor they only have a bean to split. And the knife and the fork and the spoon are all racing towards the bean. And it's glued onto canvas with yarn fringes. You're not This is a silkscreen print called The Turtle. It's an original submarine built by David Bushnell in the Civil War that was used to sink British ships off the New England harbor. And this shape, it was built out of wood. Is replicated by the acorns in the background because it looks like a giant acorn to me. And it has acrylic on it as well. This is called Necking, obviously by the title. It is my first silkscreen print, and it is the most popular seller out of everything that I've made print-wise. And it's just a fun print with flamingos necking. This painting is called Gems, like jewels. It's basically just a pattern painting, and that's what I like to do, pattern paints. So that's pretty much all it is. It's just an example or an exercise. This is a lithograph I did at NIU, and it's called Animal Circus. It's based on the idea of vice versa animal circus, where the animals are the tamers. The lion is taming the fat man who's going to jump through the ring of fire. So it's basically like switching roles between animals and humans. This is a combination of, this is relief here. It's glued on with chicle technique, and then the background is on silk screen. And this one is called Seahorse Smoke, because obviously they're smoking an underwater hookah. And this is the puff of smoke coming out of the top of the hookah. This is another lithograph, a print that is made off limestone, and this is based off the tomato parade they hold in Spain every year, where they throw a bunch of rotten tomatoes off balconies at people parading through the streets, and people get covered in smashed tomatoes. And the reason I even knew about this was because my best friend Elena Halixer has been to Spain numerous times, and she told me this story.
Oh, Andrew's gonna like this one. 069. I had 6 cups of tea.
This is a painting done in tempera paint, which Frida Kahlo often used tempera paint.
Ready for this?
And it is based on the horizon. This is a horizon line. Sort of looks like mountains, and then just everything is just a symmetrical embellishment off that. It's called natural.
Like a little bit. Well.
This is an intaglio print. Intaglio print. It's done with 4 separate copper plates.
Hold on and enjoy the ride.
I did it in 2004. Currently it's 2012, so obviously it's been 8 years. It's been a while, but this is one of my early intaglio prints, and I used a spray paint method of stenciling to develop the grays and the shading, and that seemed to work well for my theme with most of my intaglio pattern prints. And this one is called Scented Pine Cone.
You take your sweater.
This piece is called cacophony, which is a musical term of noise disturbance. It's based on, well, I made it in a drawing class at NIU, and used spray paint for the red in the background. It's a mixed media with different photo images from old Time Life novels, books, non-fiction books. And it's based on music, because I also am a musician, and I also play the trumpet, and it's got miniature cornets throughout it in acrylic. And that's about it. This is a lithograph print, and it's called Toaster Cowboy. And pretty much the name exemplifies the print. The toaster is lassoing the piece of toast, and it's meant to be funny and just a silly kitchen piece. That's about all I have to say. Good, or do you need me? This is an oil painting with some pencil. It's called Fairy Charmer. It's based on some fairy drawing, and the colors are ethereal and sort of It's
65.
just meant to be a sparkly piece for the most part.
Oh, 25. I 25.
Bingo. You want to go to?
This piece is called Scorpion
I love my
Amulet.
Subway sandwiches.
The amulet is like a necklace charm.
And 34.
I use the same image. It's a relief print glued on to paper, Shinkle style. And mainly I just liked how you can take one shape and make a new shape
I really wanted a veggie
with a
delight.
group of the
So I
same
went upstairs,
shape.
ordered my
Based
veggie delight.
upon just
070.
symmetry.
Then I saw the employee that I really don't like. You don't
We
put
got
the
it.
ingredients in the
We got
grease.
This
Augustus, aka the
print
postman, coming up.
is a
He's a
relief
postman.
print with mixed
He's a
media.
postman. Oh, it looks like
It's
dining
called
room
the
serviceman
Sandman
as well.
or Sand
You know that when you
Dragon.
make a sandwich, you can't put the
And
ingredients in the
it's
grease
based
of the
on
bread.
the maker of Dreams. And it's basically turning a creature into a workhorse where he has the grinders grinding the rocks, and then he turns them into sand and then bags them. And then at night he spits them into people's eyes
What's up,
when
guys?
they're sleeping and
No, I'm not
creates
gonna rap.
their dreams.
So I know this is going to be
Hence
really, really
the
awkward,
Sandman.
and the song does not have dirty words. This doesn't seem to be working. No, I can do it.
This print is called Anisette, which Anisette is a liqueur in Italy based from the herb anise, which is like black licorice.
Oh, it is working.
And
There we go.
it is a chic
Okay,
print.
so if you guys want to like dance or something, you can do that. But I'm sorry I can't be more excited about this.
So,
So,
this print is for
yeah, that's your
4 by
job.
4 foot.
So hey,
It's the largest piece of
cool.
print that I've made.
Enjoy it or whatever.
This is a silk screen print called Lysandra. The angel is seated in the harp, and she's playing the harp, and it's a musical term called glissando. When you draw your hand from the top string of the harp to the bottom to play every note. And this is what that print is based from, and it also has snowflakes in the background because I made it in the winter time. This is an ink drawing on paper. It is based from an actual photograph that was taken by a French artist who constructed these wings out of canvas. They're 13 feet across, and I found the photo in an art photograph book, and I just admired the photo and made a large ink copy drawing of it. And the artist's name original is Dieter of Helps. This is a large oil painting my older sister Ruth, did when she was at ISU. And to me, I call it Chris because from a distance I see the shape C-H-R-I-S. Like she unintentionally, in an abstract painting, spelled out somebody's name. Maybe somebody she knew, maybe somebody she didn't know. But to me it says Chris, and so I call it Chris. And I think it's a really exciting painting. It's very colorful and abstract and just fun.
Alright, we're gonna do bingo until we all win.
After this, like statistically, nobody can have lost.
GP won.
This intaglio print is Spun Sugar 2. It's based off cotton candy. And it's just a fun print. I like doing the colors, red and green. They complement each other very well, obviously.
Here, what number is it?
And,
What number do you need?
GP3.
That's all I'm
Yeah, that was the joke.
That's about it.
Yeah, we got
This print is called Butterfly Mouth. It's two butterflies cut out and then glued. They were original relief prints, and they have a wash of watercolor. And the yellow. And once again, it's shapes of something forming another shape that becomes something else. It's called butterfly mouth. This print is called tonguing. It's meant to be silly and fun, obviously. There's a soccer ball in the background, and the shoes are your typical Converse shoe, and the tongues of the shoes are tonguing. And so it's a play on words, and it's a silk screen print. This is an acrylic painting. It's called The Flying Bees. It's just another pattern piece. I like trying to create depth or an optical illusion of depth on a 2D surface, obviously, with the pattern, with shading in different colors. So this one's called The Flying Bees. This is a lithograph print. This one's called The Man in the Whale. It's a similar idea, obviously, to Jonah and the Whale, or in the movie Pinocchio, where he gets sucked into the belly of a whale and he survives. This is the whole scenario. There's a man in the whale. He's smoking his pipe. His parrot's on his shoulder, and both of their pipe smoke is going out the blowhole. And they have a cat on deck and books to read. So it's basically it's just a fun print. Silkscreen print is called Crushed Red Pepper. It's a print piece that I did at NIU as well, and it's just a pattern piece, and I like the way it looks and the way that the colors mesh together, and that's about Thanks for watching. My name is Elizabeth Hill, and you can find me on Facebook under that same name, Elizabeth Hill. And if you're interested in buying anything, or just contact me to give me a response on what you saw, please do, and we'll talk. Thank you. This is my dad, Robert Hill, and my brother, Paul, and we're at the Coffeehouse in Normal, and my dad, Robert Hill, is going to talk about his drawing here. Can you tell us what you used to draw this? This is my dad, Robert Hill, and my brother, Paul, and we're at the Coffeehouse in Normal, and my dad, Robert Hill, is going to talk about his drawing here. Can you tell us what you used to draw this? Can you tell us what you used to draw the picture?
Okay. This is my picture I did at junior high school at Irving Junior High in Bloomington, Illinois. And I used crayons to do this picture. It's not a painting, I don't know how to describe it, but it's done with the Crayola crayons, and I entered it in the Bloomington Normal Art Show the same year that I graduated from Bloomington Junior High, and got a first prize at the show for my drawing.
All right, it looks very good. And you made that in maybe the late 1940s or early 50s? I think, when you were 8th grade.
I said when I was in 8th grade.
So, yep, you were born in 1936, so that would probably be about 1950. When you were 14 or so, 13 or 14.
Everything around 1950.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Can you tell us anything about the picture? How did you get the idea for it? Well, where did I get the idea?
Okay, let's stop right
I
there.
won first place at that Bloomington Normal amateur art show in Bloomington at the Art Center.
McLean County Arts Center, yeah.
McLean County Art Center at their annual show they had there for school students, and I was in the junior high at the time, Irving Junior High, and I entered this picture, and I was chosen the first place for my Crayola drawing and in abstract form, and ended up with a first prize placing for my print.
Oh, that's good.
How did you get the idea to for this drawing?
Oh boy.
How did you go about starting and finishing the drawing?
Thunder. This river leads right up to the party. Upstairs make 3 long-distance phone calls. Towards sleep in the Stillwater shop.